Okay, in this video you look at Maths Paper 1 CXC May June 2016 Paper 1. Okay, with CXC we cannot use calculator to answer question with Paper 1. So what we'll do, here I actually work out the first question. So let us go through the answer. The exact value of 6 divided by 0.0003. So this was the number. 6 divided by 0.0003. So what we need to do, whenever we are dividing, we cannot divide by a decimal, so we need to make it a whole number. I'll move this decimal point at the back, so this number becomes 3. So since I move here 3 times, with this 6 I need to move 3 times as well. So here I have the 6, the decimal point is understood at the back, so I move it. How many times we move it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we move 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we put zeros to take up this place value. So now what it becomes, 6,000 divided by 3. And 3 can go into 6,000 2,000 times. 3 can go into 6 2 times. 3 can go into 0 0 times. 3 can go into 6 0 0 times. And so on. So our answer will be 20,000. Okay, we need to write in standard form. This is a general way that you write a number in standard form. The 10 is a constant, it remains. The n represents the number of times we move the decimal point. The a, with the a we need to move the decimal point within the first two number. Good. So here, it should be within the first two non-zero number. So I'll move the decimal point. So here is 0. So I'll move it 1 time, 2 times. So my answer will be 3.46 times 10. Since I'm moving, we consider this as backward. Since I'm going to the right, backward here, I'm moving it backward, it will be a negative 2. So let's say if we carry forward the decimal point, if we move forward, then is when we'll have a positive answer. So this will be our answer. Let's see. Okay, so here is it. Express 0.12 as a fraction in its lowest term. Okay, we need to understand number and its place value. Okay, behind the decimal point, this number is known as tenth. This one is known as hundredth. So since we want to express this number, this is 100. So therefore we need to put 12 over 100. And we reduce, what number can go into 12 and 100? Okay, they have different numbers. 2 can go into them. 4. So 4 will be the bigger number. So 4 can go into 12 3 times. 4 can go into 100 25 times. Good, we should remember that. 4 can go into 125 times. So this will be our answer. Okay, here we'll need a little multiplication skill. So we have 17 square. 17 square means 17 times 17. So you can do your work in 17 times it by 17. Okay, I know this by memory, so this will give us 289. It's good that if you know multiplication up to 20 times table, it will help you. 15 square, that will be 15 times 15. That will give us 225. Good, so here we'll subtract 289 minus 225. Let's see what we have. 5 from 9 we leave with 4. 2 from 8 we leave with 6. So 64. So therefore we need to find the square root of 64. Okay, the square root now is what number times itself will give us 64. And that number is 8. 8, 8, 64. Okay, the next question. Number 5. John, Peter, and Mary share a sum of money in the ratio 2 to 4 to 9. Okay, ratio, the first name goes with the first share. So therefore John received 2 share. Peter received 4 share. Mary received 9 share. Good. John and Peter, so the first two persons, John and Peter together received $360. First of all, John and Peter, the total share is 6. John received 2 shares, Peter received 4 shares. So in total, the money that John and Peter received is $360. How much money in all was shared? So we know that between John and Peter, they received $360. Mary, she received a larger share, 9. So it will be this 360 plus Mary's share. That's how we'll know the amount of money that was shared. Okay, in working questions with ratio, it's easier or it's best for us to find for one share. So for us to find for one share, we know that John and Peter received 360, and John and Peter's share adds up to be 6. So the 6 share, we want to find for one share. So let me write one share equals to that. So 6 can go into 36 6 times, so our answer will be 60. So one share is actually equals to 60. And let us find the total share. If we add 2 plus 4, we'll get 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. So therefore it will be 15 times 60. So let us work that out. 60 times 15. 15 times, okay, let us work it like this. 5 times 0 is 0. 5, 6, 30. We add a 0 there. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 6 is 6. We add that, we should get 900. So the total money share was $900. Alright, you can try and pause the video and try the question on your own and then play the video. That will help you to have a better practice. Okay, express 4 and 3/8 as a decimal correct to 3 significant figure. So if you look at the answer, a good way to work multiple choice as well, a smart way, you always look at the answer. So let's say if you don't know what is significant figures, all of them have 3 significant figures here, except for, okay, 2 of them is not significant figure. This number contains 2 significant figure. So it will have to be one of these 2 answer. This number contains 2 significant figure. Okay, let me explain quickly. Significant figure, 0 is not a significant figure if it comes behind or in front of a number. So here 0 comes behind a number, right? Both of them. So it's not considered significant figure. The only way 0 can be a significant figure if it comes between 2 non-zero number. For example, so let's say this number we had, okay, 4.03. This would be 3 significant figures because the 0 is between. But let's say we have another number as this. This number is correct to only 2 significant figure because we have these zeros behind. It's not counted as significant figure, so this number is just 2 significant figure. Let's say we have something like this. This number is just 2 significant figure as well. But let's say we have it like that. The 0 come between 2 non-zero number. All of these zeros are counted as significant figures. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 significant figure. Alright, so if you don't know what is significant figure, you don't need that knowledge to work this question. All we need to do, we have 3 over 8. Let us divide 8, 3. Put the denominator at the bottom. Okay, we know that 8 cannot go into 3. 8 can go into 3 0 time. Okay, now what I'll do, we'll do short division. I'll add a 0 there. And since I add a 0 there, I need to add a decimal point. How many times 8 can go into 30? 8 can go into 30. 8 3s 24. So 3 times. Right? 8 3s 24. And how many remain? 6. So I'll put a 6 there. Well, we know 8 cannot go into 6. So let us add a 0. How many times 8 can go into 60? Okay, 8 7s, 56. 56 and what makes 60? 56 and 4. Good. So I know 8 cannot go into 4. Let us add a 0. 8 can go into 40 5 times. So this number, so since we have 4 and 3, 8, so it will be 4.375. This 0, actually, the 4 takes that place. So since we want to write it to 3 significant figure, this is 1, 2, 3, we need to look at this number. Just like if you are writing it to 2 decimal place. Okay, if this number is 5 and above, we need to add 1 here. So now it will be 4.38. That will be our answer. What is the highest common factor of the set of numbers? Oftentimes, person mix up HCF and LCM. Okay, HCF is highest common factor, the highest number that can go into these numbers. And LCM is the lowest number that these three numbers can go into. Right? Good. So the highest number, and it's very good to know your tables. Okay, 9. Okay, so what you need to do now is to look at your answer. 9 can go into 54, 9 6 54, 9 can go into 72, 9 8 72, 9 10s. Good, so we know 9 can go into all three, but is this the highest one? How about 18? Let's see, since 9 can go into 54, and we know that 9 is a factor of 18 as well, so 18 will be that number. It cannot be 1040, 1080, because 1080 cannot go into this smaller number, right? It cannot be 90 as well, so it's either one of these two. So 18 and 18 36. Let's see if 18 can go into 54. 18 and 18 36, 36 and 30. Okay, 36 and another 18 will give us what? We add there, we get 14. 3 and 1, 4 plus 5. Yes, 18 will go into all three numbers. Alright, next question, we have -1 and -1/2 cube. Okay, so this negative can either be with the numerator or we can put it with the denominator. It doesn't matter, we can put it on top. So presently it's in front of the fraction. Let us put it, we can either put it with the numerator or the denominator. The entire fraction is a negative. Let us put it with the numerator. So let me write it as this, -1/2 cube. Okay, cube means that this cube, we will cube each number here. So it will be -1 multiplied by itself 3 times, and then it will have 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. Okay, -1 times -1 will give us +1. +1 times -1. A positive times a negative will still give us a negative. 2 2s 4, 4 2s. Okay, I have 2 multiplication sign here. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 will be 8. So our answer will be -1/8, or negative is in front of the fraction. Alright, next question. What is the value of the digit 2 in a number? Remember I told you that behind the decimal point we call this tenth. This is hundredth. This is thousandth. Here, in front of the decimal point, 1's 10. So the value of 2. So 2 will be 100. 100 means 2 over 100. There's our answer. Alright. I put this video in 3 parts, just so it will be faster to upload to YouTube. By the distributive law, 49 times 17 plus 49 times 3. The distributive law, we use a distributive law in factorization as well. So what we'll do, since 49 is multiplying by 17 and 49 is multiplying by the 3, with the distributive law we can put the 49 outside and we have the 17 plus the 3. When we clear this bracket, we'll have this 49 times 17 will give us that, plus 49 times 3. So this is the distributive law. And we can simplify. 17 plus 3 will give us 20. And then we put our 49. The bracket means to multiply. So here's our answer, 49 times 20. In the Venn diagram above, the shaded area represents. So here, everything is shaded outside of set P. So therefore it will be P complement. Everything, the complement mean everything outside. So P complement mean everything outside of set P. Number 12. In the figure above, X represents, so here's another question on sets. I think there will be 4 or 5 questions will be coming on sets based on the syllabus. Good. So in the figure above, X represents a set of multiples of 4. Okay, now we need to know what is multiples. Multiples mean as you keep multiplying a number. So multiples of 4, so set X. will be multiples of 4. So we'll count in 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and so on, right? And what else? Y represents set of multiples of 5. So therefore we'll count in 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. Good. The shaded region represents a set of multiples of. So this shaded region will be what is common in set X and Y. Let's see. 20 is common in set X and Y. So the shaded region represents the set of all multiples of. It will be all multiples of 20. Because as we keep counting in 4, we'll end up to have 40. And if we keep counting in 5, we'll end up to have 40 here. So it will be multiples of 20. So we have 20, 40, 60. So here's our answer. Question 13. In the diagram, in which of the following, something I like to read fast. Okay, let us go slow. In which of the following Venn diagrams is the region A intersect B complement shaded? Okay, A intersect B mean in set A and B. Okay, so since it's B complement, meaning that everything outside of set B. So if you look at this, well, here we have both sets are shaded. Here we have set A is being shaded, but it should be everything outside of set B. And if you look at it, okay, all of this is not shaded. Here, this is a part of set B as well, so cannot be that one. So here's our answer. So everything outside, this is set B, and everything outside there is being shaded. So that will be our answer. Alright, next question. Set A equal factors of 30. Factors. So there's two things you should understand. The multiple. Multiple as when a number keep multiplying by multiplying. Like here, what we are counting in 4, counting in 5. So that's multiple. Factor is what number can go into that number. The first factor of any number is 1. 1 and the number itself. So for you to list all the factor, what you can do, 1 times what will give us 30? 1 times 30. So I'll leave some space. Okay, the next factor, the next number that can go into 30 is 2. 2 times what will give us 30? 2 times 15. So that's how we list. We can list the factors by pair, so we will not miss any. Okay, what other number can go into 30? 3. 3 times what? 3 times 10 will give us 30. What other number? 5. 5 times 6 will give us 30. So those are the factors of 30. Prime numbers less than 10. The first prime number is an even number, which is 2. Prime number only have 2 factors, 1 and itself. So if you look at the number 2, 1 can go into 2 and the number 2 itself. So that is the first prime number. 3 is another prime number. 5, 7, less than 10. So that's it. 9 is not a prime factor. Why? Because the numbers that can go into 9 is 1 can go into 9, 3 can go into 9, and 9 itself. So 9 have 3 factors. Prime number only have 2 factors. Alright, here, so set B equals to that. Set C, even whole numbers less than 10. First even number is 2, so 2, 4, 6, 8, less than 10. So we cannot stop at 10, it's less than 10, so we'll stop there at 8. Alright, so here we have the number in A intersect B intersect C. Intersection means what is common. So what is common in all 3 sets? So clearly I see 2 is common. Is there anything else common? No. So just 2. Alright, so we're doing good so far. Whenever you're working question, the first 15 questions at least you should spend less time. If you look at the paper, let us go to the, okay, this one doesn't have a cover page. Let me, right, okay, some technical difficulties here. Alright, this is what I want to show you. If you look at this paper, we look at this one another day. You have 1.5 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes. Right, 1.5 hour, 1 hour 30 minutes. So basically you have 90 minutes to answer 60 questions. And that is around 1.5 minute per question. And some question you might answer quickly. So the first thing you should try to do, answer all the question you can answer first. You know the answer, and then you leave the harder one last. Alright, so we'll finish off this page and then we'll look at the other part in another video. Okay, here we're coming on to algebra. Okay, this is a little algebra. If P sweets cost Q cents. Alright, so this by itself might be confusing. If P sweets cost Q cents, then the cost of one sweet. Alright, please don't make this confuse you. What you can do, just put number. Let's say if 3 sweets cost $60, right? 3 sweets cost $60. Then the cost of one sweet, it will be how much? It will be the 60. If you want to find for one sweet, it will be 60 divided by 3. Likewise, it will be Q divided by P. Right? So that will be our answer. Okay, so consume arithmetic now. A dress which costs $180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. Alright, this is the easiest one to find. Whenever you want to find 10% of any number. So let's say if you want to find 10% of 40. Right? So percent is over 100. So 10% of 40 is basically 4. So let's say if you want to find 10% of 60. 10% of 60, what you need to do, with the 60, you need to move the decimal point. The decimal point is there. You need to move it one time if you want to find 10%. So it will be 6. If you want to find 10% of 80, that will be 8. Well, 8.0 is known as 8. If you want to find 10% of 140, you move it one time, so you'll get 14. If you want to find 10% of 62, so you move it one time, you'll have 6.2. That's the easiest percent to find. Alright, a dress which costs $180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. The amount of discount is, so we just take off a 0 there, $18. And let's say, if you want to do it the longer way, remember in multiple choice, we don't need to show working, so we try to use a simpler method. 1 times 18 is 18, so that's how we got our answer. And you can use the same principle. So sometimes, let's say if you want to find 5%, we know that 10% is 18. 5% will be half out of 5% is half out of 10%. So half out of 18 will give us 9. So that's 9 will be 5%. An article bought for $125 was for $175. A percentage profit. So this is the formula to find a percentage profit. Profit percent will equals to the profit over the cost price times 100. So the profit, it was bought for $125 and sold for $175. So you subtract. That's how you get a profit. We'll get $50, and the cost price is $125 times 100. Alright, what can we cancel? We can cancel 25. 25 can go into 100 4 times. That's something you should remember. 25 can go into 125 5 times. Good. 5 into 5 1 time. 5 can go into 50 10 times. So 10 times 4 will give us 40. So our answer is 40%. Good. Next question. This question is probability. Probability is how likely an event or something is to occur. So here we have mark. So 0 to 9. So probably 9 maybe is the highest. Number of students. So the way for you to read this table or to understand the table, what this means that 5 students score 0. 5 students didn't do anything in the test. They got 0 score. Only 1 student, probably that is the top student, got 9. 2 students score 1 mark. 3 students score 2 marks. Okay. That's it for the table. The table above shows the marks obtained by 50 students in a test. So if you add all of this, you should have 50. Let's see quickly if they are correct. Okay, let us do the easier addition. So we have 5. This 2 and 3 will give us 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. That will give us 14, 20, 28. And we have 36 there. 40, 49, 50. Yeah, correct. What is the probability that a student chosen at random? So probability, we need to put the total at the bottom. So since it's 50, what is the probability that a student chosen at random would have obtained a score less than 5? So they have less than 5. So we need to add all these. Less than 5 will start at 4. So we need to add all these students here. How many students got less than 5? So 6 plus 4 is 10, 13, 15, 20. And then we reduce it. So our answer is 2 over 5. The question can go another way. What is the probability? This question, you can have a lot of questions coming from this as well. What is the probability of student having 5 marks and above? So since we know 20 have less than 5 marks, so therefore 30 students we got greater than 5 and above. So the probability would have been that. But we don't need this. Alright, final question for this video. And then in the next video we'll continue part 2. Okay, house insurance. 25 cents per $100. So every $100 you are paying 25 cents. 25 cents means 0.25. 50 cents means 0.50. So content insurance will be 50 cents per $100. Okay, the above table shows the rates changed by an shows the rates charge. Okay, so that's why. Okay, whenever I hurry, that's how I read. Good. So let us go again. The above table shows the rates charged by an insurance company. So these are the rates: 25 cents for every $100. 50 cents for every $100. How much will a person pay for his insurance if his house is valued at $50,000? So the house insurance. So let us find for the house insurance. So every $100 you are paying 25 cents. So let us see how many hundred is in 50,000. For us to know how many hundred is in 50,000, all we need to do is to divide by 100. So here we have 500. So therefore we multiply 500 times 25 cents. Right? And the content at $100,000. So 100,000, we need to know how many hundred is in 100,000. So we divide by 100. Good. So I made a mistake somewhere. Take off that. We got 500. No, this one is 10,000, not 100,000. So let me take off that 0. So I take off those 2 instead. Good. So we have 100. So therefore this 100 now will multiply by 50 cents. Okay, this is 0.5. Whenever you're 0.5 also mean half. It is very good to know these decimals. So you're multiplying 100 by half. And 100 by half is simply 50. And 0.25 means a quarter. So it's 500 times a quarter. Just in case if you don't know what 0.25 is as a fraction, all you need to do is so multiply 500 times 0.25. We move the decimal point 2 times there. So since we have 500, we move the decimal point 2 times. So we add 2 0. So therefore it will be 1, 2. It will be that 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 25. We multiplied the number there. Okay, sorry, we don't have to move. I got mixed up with the division. We don't have to move this, right? Whenever we are doing the multiplication. Okay, so we just move here 2 times. So now we'll have 500 times 25. So 500 times 25. Okay, 500, 500, 5 5 is 25. We add a 0 at the bottom. 5 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 5 is 10. Now we need to add. Good. So since we moved the decimal point 2 times there, we'll move back 2 times. So our answer is actually 125. Good. So this is actually the longer way, but if you know the shorter way, it will help. It will save time in the exam. Okay, so therefore we'll cancel 4 and 500. We know that 4 can go into 125 times, right? So therefore 4 can go into 500. 4 can go into 125 times. So 4 can go into 500. So 5 times, all we need to multiply 5 times 25 and we get 125. Excuse me. Good, so all we need to do now is add this 125 plus 50 and that will give us 175. Alright, so in the next video we'll continue working the other problems. Let us close off with 20 question, and then so we can work 20 and then we work the other 20 and then the last 20. Tom bought a pen for $60 and sold it to gain a 20% on his cost price. How much money did he gain? Remember I told you that it's easier to find 10%. 10% of 60 will be $6. So since it's 20%, okay, we know that 10% of $60 is $6. So 20% will actually be $12 because we are adding another 10%. And if we add 6 plus 6, we got 12. How much money did he gain? He gained $12. If the question had asked how much money did he sell the pen for, he would have sold it for $72. The $12 plus the $60. And just in case if you want to do it the longer way, you can do it like this. You'll get the same answer. 2 times 6 give you 12.